I'm here at the SESS 2014. I'm about to talk to Ben Clymer, probably the most famous watch blogger in the world and watch expert. We're going to talk watches. Hi Ben, how are you doing?
I'm doing okay. It's been a hectic day or two at SIHH, but I'm surviving. I'm here.
Yeah, it's busy always.
It is.
Yeah.
No doubt.
We're here at the Mont Blanc booth, so let's talk about Mont Blanc watches.
Okay. The new collection. What do you think? We've got a lot of vintage-inspired stuff, a lot of kind of heritage-inspired stuff.
Exactly. Very classical looks. Love it. Beautiful. What's your favorite, by the way?
I think the kind of clear favorite for me would be the pulsograph. I mean, it's using a movement that I've owned in the past in a Minerva. This is a 1321. Back then it was a 1320, but this is a historic movement. I mean, again, this is something that they've been making since the 40s. They updated it. It's a mono pusher, obviously column wheel, vertical clutch, things like that. It looks every bit the part of a vintage watch. Great size. This one's 41, but it's really just, it's perfect the way it is. I mean, it really looks like an old Minerva from the 40s or 50s. It's killer. I love it.
In the new case, the typical new Meisterstück Heritage Collection case, round cases, polished bezel, satin brush sides.
Yep. I mean, to
How
me,
does it work for you?
To me, it kind of represents, where Mont Blanc is going and kind of where they were in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an amazing brand with amazing history. And I think that this collection will kind of come to define it and come to define who they are as a watchmaker. And I think this is as kind of pure and elegant as a watch could be from any brand. And I think it might not be exactly what some people expect from Mont Blanc. But I think that's welcomed. I think if you love watches and you love the idea of just purest timepieces, then this is as good as it gets. It's great stuff.
This one in stainless steel, the perpetual, 10,000 euros.
Right. It's almost unbelievable. It's the price is almost too good to be true. I mean, there's not another perpetual on the market, full perpetual on the market that comes close. I think the closest would be Jaeger's ultra thin at 20,000 US, whereas this is under 13.
Yeah.
And this is a full perpetual calendar for under 13,000 US, and it's unheard of.
All got the same style, the same classic, understated, but it's there. And you can see that in both the perpetual, as in the pulsograph, as in the moon phase, which I also like a lot.
Yep.
It's very strong collection, I think.
It is. I mean, it's really, honestly, candidly, one of the strongest kind of consumer-oriented collections that I've seen at the show. Now after 2 days, I'm seeing almost everybody. I think these are classic complications for people that like classical designs and classical kind of notions. And I think they'll all be received well. If I had one complaint, it would just be that this wouldn't be limited edition. That's the only thing. But everything
maybe
looks
next
really
year
good.
One in white gold wouldn't be.
That wouldn't hurt.
Bad.
That definitely wouldn't hurt.
No, we have some more time to save money.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it's all great stuff. I mean, I'm duly impressed by what they've got going on, definitely.
Yeah, okay, same here. One other one that really I find striking, by the way, is a totally new interpretation of the Nicolas Rieussec.
Right.
What do you think of it?
It's amazing. I mean, it's something that Rieussec is arguably the inventor of the chronograph. Debatable or not, I mean, it's really an impressive kind of work of art. I mean, what about this watch to you makes it so impressive?
Well, I love it that they've changed the chronograph registers to turning discs instead of turning hands, which makes sense. As you look at the oldest chronograph that Rieussec invented, it had two rotating discs with drops of ink that came on it, and this looks exactly like that, and I love it. I would almost say that it's my favorite Rieussec until now, but I actually love the entire collection because of it looks. And one of the coolest things about this is actually when it's dark. The numerals of the hours and minutes are in luminous.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beautiful. I've checked it out before in a bit of a dark room.
Yeah.
And it's spectacular.
It's a cool idea.
So it's something for day and night. It looks good.
Definitely. I think these watches are so kind of classical and so elegant. That they're going to appeal to a very different person than like this one. I mean, this is very Mont Blanc. This is indisputably Mont Blanc, and I think these are just classical, elegant, for the vintage watch lover, and I think this is for the Mont Blanc lover. And I think they each have different clients, each have different customers, and I think that they both are appealing in their own way. The Time Walker is kind of iconic in kind of modern Mont Blanc days. I mean, it's something that is kind of their bread and butter.
I love the details on the case.
Yep.
The locks are very beautifully shaped. They made it black, which is okay, but this is black 4. Apparently the most deep black they could make. And it looks cool, looks rugged, it looks manly, very nice. And one of the things that I like so much about the entire new collection actually is that you see an integration between the different things that Mont Blanc does.
Sure.
They have leather departments. This strap is being made by the Italian leather department of Mont Blanc.
Everybody's talking about vertical integration. Everybody's talking about doing things in-house. And there are so few, if any, other manufacturers that make their own straps. Almost nobody makes their own straps.
I can't think of any.
And then on top of that, the lugs. The detail of the piercing of the lugs is something that I only know of one other brand that does with any regularity, and it's Patek Philippe. And I just think it's an interesting detail that most people would kind of overlook very quickly and see this as a big black watch, but it's actually very elegant the way they've done these lugs. So it's a cool one.
It's a nice star.
So this one has a double moon phase, and it's actually relatively affordable too. So you get this kind of cool complication that I don't know of anybody else really that does it, at least in this price point.
Me neither, actually. And when you look at it, the beautiful guilloche dial with the blued hands, detailing is simply beautiful. I love the numerals as well.
That's Breguet numerals.
Very elegant Breguet numerals.
Explain the double moon phase to me.
Well, we've got a northern and a southern hemisphere. And when you observe the moon from the southern hemisphere, it looks different than from the northern hemisphere.
This is a complication that we don't really see anywhere else. And it's affordable at that.
It's very affordable. It's roughly around 4,000, just above 4,000 euros.
Right. It seems like a nice kind of entry-level astronomic complication without kind of going crazy, without breaking the bank.
Exactly.
So the last one that we'll talk about is something really totally different. It looks totally foreign to the rest of the collection. It's highly technical. Yes. What is it exactly?
Well, it's a chronograph, that's for sure, and it's a chronograph that measures time up to 1/100th of a second. It's got 2 different gear trains with two different mainspring barrels, 2 different escapements with different speeds. One goes normal speed actually, and the other one goes in high frequency speed, 360,000 vibrations per hour. So that makes it possible to measure to 1/100th of a second.
Sure.
It looks very technical. It is very technical watch as well. Titanium case, carbon mid case actually, or movement barrel. The bezel is titanium DLC coating. But the movement looks magnificent.
It's twin barrel.
It's got twin barrel, twin barrel, twin escapement. Only one escapement is activated at the moment that you start the chronograph.
I mean, it really looks like something totally new for Mont Blanc.
It is. Even in style, it looks much different than anything from Mont Blanc until now, except the Time Rider 2, of course, which had more or less same technical feeling and look and feel, but it was in a different case, the typical Villeray collection case. This looks much more out there, much sportier.
The mono pusher at 12 is a cool take. I mean, I think we've seen kind of a trend of crowns and pushers at 12 this year, but not mono pushers, and certainly not in this style where it takes up kind of the whole space between the lugs. It's pretty amazing how the strap goes under the pusher. I've actually never seen that before.
Indeed, now you say it.
So, very cool.